All right, welcome back to the Accountability Project, where we condense the pain of personal growth. So our goal here is to ultimately create an environment where people can come and we can start to develop accountability across the board in every area of life. And so on this channel, my focus, because there are things I want to be more accountable with, is going to be faith, family, fitness, and finance. And I'm doing that through reading some audios, through developing my business, through spending time with family intentionally, and through spending time at not just going to church on Sunday, but taking some time to read scripture and spend time in prayer and develop my spiritual disciplines. And for everyone that can look differently. So today, this morning, I'm going to start with our reading, Science of Success. So this chapter, kind of funny. So the chapter was about handshaking, and being a year into COVID, probably not a good idea to be doing a whole lot of handshaking right now. However, the concept is very valid because we're not going to be in this situation forever. We're either going to hit a point where everyone's either had it or they've got the vaccine, to the point where people aren't wearing masks and aren't afraid of social interaction anymore. And so one of the things that I want us to prepare for is not to lose our handshake skills. But also, as our generations have started to change, and because of the social change right now, hey, maybe a little fist bump, maybe a little elbow bump, to let people know we're friendly, we're here, and that we're able to connect in a social environment. Right now, I've found, even instinctually, especially since it's a little chilly out, if you're wearing gloves or something, still put your hand out and say, I'm Bill. And most people, if they realize that you're wearing a glove, will still shake your hand. And you can still work on developing your handshake, because we don't want to lose our handshake skills by spending a year or two not shaking hands with anybody. So yes, it's kind of the climax or the culminating event of a first time meeting someone. It really sets the stage, and they shared a few examples of people who maybe didn't get what they were going for because they were over aggressive in their handshake, or because they were kind of like the limp floppy fish. It's just really, that handshake makes an impression. So there's some great videos all over YouTube about handshakes that I remember seeing pre-COVID, so I'm sure the videos are still there. But I'd highly recommend taking some time to develop a handshake and get with someone who has a quality handshake, and ask them, and maybe practice with them if they're a good friend, so that you can really start to develop that. Next up, don't eat the marshmallow yet. So ultimately, we flash forward about 8 months, and this is something that I love. This is why I'm doing this channel. So this book flash forwards 8 months, and Arthur has saved $15,000, and he got accepted to Florida State, I think, or Florida International University, one of the Florida universities. And so this chapter, he goes and tells Mr. P that he's putting in his notice, he'll train his replacement. But because of his time spent with Mr. P, he's learned the skill of delaying the marshmallow, and he got accepted to college, and he's going to go and pursue his college dream. So there's two things I love about this chapter. Is one, the way it ends, is Mr. P uses this as a time to pay it forward. And because Arthur was willing to do what most people are not willing to do, Mr. P was willing to bless him so that he can pay it forward to other individuals. So that concept of when we help someone, everyone is helped, and we can elevate, and we can pay forward any blessing that we receive, is massive. But also, and this point is huge. This point is huge. Is we missed the daily grind of accountability because they didn't put it in the book. That's why this channel is here. So we had a turn the page montage of delaying gratification to get to the result for 8 months. He didn't eat out for 8 months. He didn't go out on dates for 8 months. He didn't spend his money on women for 8 months. He reduced the amount of poker that he was playing with his friends. For 8 months, he was selling off his baseball cards, and even created a business where he was brokering those deals to make a little bit of extra money. For 8 months, he was delaying gratification so that he could go to school. Now, obviously, I understand it. I get it. The grind sucks as a movie. The grind sucks in a book, because that part of the book would be massive, and then no one would read the book. I get it. But we have to acknowledge it. We have to acknowledge that during that time period, there was struggle. There were days where he didn't want to do it. There were days where he saw the stack of marshmallows growing, and he wanted to just eat all the marshmallows that were right there, but he didn't. He stayed accountable to his vision, his passion, his goal, his destination that he knew he was moving towards. And that's what we're doing here. So I wanted to share that because it was so beautifully visible in this book. And it's not necessarily that visible in every book that I read, but that daily grind is massive. And I know that each and every one of you has the ability to do it, because I did. I went from being a fat, smoking, eating whatever I wanted all the time. And honestly, I had a reputation of batting cleanup at every restaurant. And to the point where now I'm feeling amazing. I've got my health on the right track. I've got a long ways to go, but I'm on the right track, moving in the right direction, because I've decided to change my identity. I'm going to be the healthy guy. I'm going to be the guy who turns down food. I'm going to be the guy with a six-pack abs when he's 40, not because of good genes. Now this is what I know. People who meet me when I have abs at 40, I'm going to be the guy that everyone says has great genes. I'm going to be the guy who says fitness is easy for that guy. I'm going to be the guy that success comes easily. And that's what people are going to say. But the reality is, and each and every one of you is going to watch this, each and every one of you, is it's going to be the result of a grind over time. And that's what this channel is for. So with that, condense the pain of personal growth. Stay accountable. We love you. Bloop.